There we go. Hi there, folks. Welcome to session 62 of The Forming. I am, of course, your DM of Doom. So stop giving me that face, Ash. I am, of course, your DM of Doom, son of Asgard, or World Tree Quest here on Twitch. And with me today, we've got my lovely, if slightly perturbed cast. We have got Just Harry, we've got Patron of Chaos, we've got Khadija Al-Kubra, and the decisively judgmental towards me right now, Ash Howard Music. What? There's literally flames surrounding an army of the dead. There's literally burning corpses.
That's the look my mum gives me when I tell her I'm not gay.
That's the look my mum gives me when I says, "Damn, I'm full." I don't have any housekeeping to do, so we're going straight back into it. Quick recap of last session, guys. Who wants to do it? Are you volunteering?
Sure. I haven't done it for a bit.
Alright, go ahead.
Our resident note taker.
Go for it, Ash.
Decide to run out. We're gonna tackle Magda. We're gonna leave everyone else to go fight Undead Warrior. Great times. On the way to Magda, we decide not to save some soldiers, because fuck them, they've trained for this, they can handle that shit. But as soon as it became animals, we saved those, so we saved a bunch of griffins, so that's cool. And then unfortunately, some people in the group decided that saving kids is kind of a thing and morally correct. So some people ran into a building to save a kid, don't know why, they cry a lot. But then we kept going, and then we heard a disembodied voice, and they're like, I'm Harry Potter. And they were like, nah, B, not about that life, but we will meet you on the battlefield. So we did that. He paused everything, it was great. We let down the door for 10 seconds, ran out, closed the glass out, slightly ominous. We were then like, hey, bro, what's your problem? And he's like, you know what?
It's Tuesday, isn't it?
Socially awkward, don't like get together, just kind of want to get rid of everyone. And we're like, great, feel that vibe, but not feeling it today, so you're gonna die. And thus, battle commenced.
I missed your recaps so much.
I love how it turned. Everything was running perfect until it came outside and this disembodied voice went, Mr. Potter. I was, what?
We finally found out what this shit was. Oh, careful.
The DM can't TPK us if I kill the DM.
Technically correct.
You're the DM now.
You plan all along.
It's exactly the rules of God of War. If Ash kills me, Ash is the DM. She's honor bound to take over the entirety of World Tree Quest.
It's that meme where Ash comes over and checks your documents and they're all blank. They're blank.
We did find out what Magda's beef was with Galaron finally, and basically he was just a little shit and a big liar. And apparently he's got the book that Arya tossed away because it was creepy in the caves, hoping never to be seen again. The caves that wasn't there a report that like Evanon set everything on fire in there too?
He did, but if you remember at the end of the fight with that little fledgling necromancer, I specifically asked if you picked up the book and you said no, you kicked the book away, and I described a hand that looked like it was severely burned.
I forgot about that.
So that was Orcus.
Yeah.
Orcus took his book back.
She was like, this thing has bad vibe, but don't want anyone to find it, kick it away into like a dark corner of this cave where never to be seen again.
That's why when you left I said, do you take anything from the room? And you said no. And that's why I then said, okay, so the end credit scene was the hand picking up.
I forgot about that end credit. I remember the book, but I forgot that. Oh, fuck.
We ended as we made our way into phase 2 at the top of round 4 of combat. I still have everybody's initiative, so don't worry. So we ended with the words of Magda being, I grow tired of this altercation. And he floated up into the air and he raised his hands, fingers splayed, and as he did, hands started to come out of the ground. As around you, a group of 10 undead come up inside this cage. The undead are in varying degrees. Some look like zombies with still some decomposing flesh sloughing off them. Some look like skeletons in ancient armour and holding weapons. Some of them look like recently dead Autumn Eladrin soldiers. But they all raise up dotted around about this area. At least all of you have at least one that has popped up within 5 feet of you, except Arya, because you are currently in the air. And at that point we go to the top of the initiative order. Sheila, that is you. As a reminder, Sheila, you, Reverie, and Elion are kind of in the centre of this, about 10 feet below Magda. Sorry, no, he rose up again. 15 feet below Magda. Arya, you are 5 feet below Magda. These undead pop around you. Sheila, next to you, where's my list? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sheila, next to you, this partially decomposed looking Eladrin pops up. It's a zombie that's next to you, and it's one of its arms is outstretched, the other arm hanging limp as if a dislocated shoulder. But it starts to make its way towards you with that really guttural, like, what would you like to do?
Hypothetically speaking, activating the scales, is that a... what would that be?
Activating the scales is an action.
Alright, now ladies. Yeah, fuck it. I'm going to activate the scale of invention.
Okay. So, you raise up this scale, the scale that is vibrant with the last remnants of Tinkledeath's life force. And you have the notes there on what it does, right?
Yep, I get a free 4th level conjuration spell, a +2, well, for every scale I have, +1 to my spell AC and spell attack.
So, as you take it out and you activate it, thank you very much to whoever just followed, absolutely adore it. As you raise this scale and you use your action to activate it, as part of that activation, you can cast that conjuration spell, but as this is active, your spell save DC is now raised by 2. So I believe for you right now, your spell save DC is
17 currently.
17 currently.
So +2 to that?
Yep. So I would raise your spell save DC to a 19.
Love that for me. I wasn't expecting conjuration spell quickly.
By all means, take your time. Take your time. Conjuration is a dense field of magic. Look over all.
Teleportation. Let's just leave.
Plane shift. This is now precisely somebody else's problem.
Imagine using
Now my
plane
circus
shift
and my
on one
monkeys.
zombie just to kick it out.
Imagine just using it to banish.
Be gone, thoughts.
Oh, I believe we may have we may have a contender. The face.
Tinder?
The face is working.
It's voguing.
Oh, content. I thought you said we may have just got Tinder. I was like, okay.
That's exactly it. World Tree Quest is now on Tinder. A new form
It's run
of
by a
social
bunch of
media.
spring Galadriel.
An unconventional source of social media to advertise on, but we figured, why not?
Not even like individually. Just one group photo
That's
of
it.
everybody.
Absolutely.
That's what the trip's for.
100%.
Yeah. Except in spring it's called Timber.
Yep.
You ruined it.
That's what I call dropping one and getting one at the same time.
Do we have a spell? It's okay if not.
I think so. I'm going to be boring.
Okay.
And I'm going to do summon Fire Elemental.
Always a good shout.
Easy.
So you're summoning a fire elemental into the mix. And does it say on that if it takes its turn directly after yours?
It shares my initiative count, and it takes its turn immediately after mine.
Okay, dokie. Then we go add in. Fire Elemental. It's just a normal fire elemental. It doesn't say next to it that it's like a summoned.
It's a summon.
Okay. Usually, sometimes if you've got them, it says like fire elemental summoned alternative or something like that. So, just bear with me a moment while I find it, just to make sure that I've got the right one. I'm assuming I've got the right one. It's getting added in either way. Boom. Would you look at that? We vibing.
Has he got a name?
Do you wish to give him a name?
Harry, why are you going to put me on the spot like this?
You can say no.
It's Hothead.
Hothead.
Nice.
We'll love it. Oh, that puts him before you. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make his initiative 25. Because then that'll put him after you. Okay, fantastic. So, Sheila, that is your action to use that as you as you take out the scale and you feel that resonance through it. And you raise it up and suddenly there's this stirring of a musical chord. And it rings just the once. Just the once. And then as it does, it very quickly melds into this expulsion of flame. And this roaring fire elemental forms in front of you. And it turns to look at you, showing that it is waiting for its orders. Do you have a bonus action you would like to do?
I'm gonna hold off now.
Okay, so it then goes to the fire elemental's turn. What do you want it to do?
I'm gonna tell it to attack the zombie that's coming towards me.
That's coming towards you. Okay. Okay. As you say that, it turns and it looks towards this zombie that you gesture at. And it's gonna move towards this creature. I need to roll this very quickly. Okay, so first things first, as it moves towards that zombie, you watch that zombie start to burn. I need the knowledge of which zombie this is. Initiative kit. Right, okay. So.
This zombie's on fire!
Fire! Fire! 9 damage. Zombies, do they have... Nope, they don't. Okay. And then you're ordering it to also attack.
Yep.
So as it moves at its base, it gets to make 2 attacks.
Yep.
The attack is simply called Touch. To me, this is just an amazing image of this thing just walking towards this zombie and then just reaching out and brushing its fingers against the zombie. It's just touch. The first one is a total of 13 to hit. The second is a total of 16. Both of those will hit. The first attack will deal 9 fire damage. Second attack will deal 13 fire damage for a grand total of 22 fire damage. Also, if the target is a creature or a flammable object, it ignites until a creature takes an action to douse the flames. One zombie is dead. As you summon this fire elemental, it turns towards this zombie moving towards it, bellows out this roar, and then makes 2 attacks. Both of them crashing down with intense explosive flames. And the zombie is dead. That is all that creature can do. Yep, it does not have any bonus actions. So on that note, it then moves to Magda. Magda looks very dismissively at this elemental, and then at you, Sheila. And then he's going to go, I suppose we're going to start playing hardball. And then he's going to place his hands together, and then as he pulls them apart, you see this crackling between his hands. And he's going to point it back out towards you, and he is going to cast just using a cantrip. He's going to use Chill Touch. So that is a roll to hit. He is 15 feet above you, which means he does not benefit from Elion's undead bonus thing. But I will roll to hit for him. That does not happen, so it just goes to... Where is the thing? Where are you?
Where are you?
There you are. Found it. Oh! I do not think it hits. That is a nat 1 for a total of 10.
Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
Yeah, okay. So it launches this Chill Touch towards you, this horrific necrotic lightning. And as it arcs out towards you, surging across the 15-foot space between you, this burst of flame comes up as your fire elemental just kind of like knocks it aside with its magical body. That is Magda's turn. That's his action. That's all he's got in phase 2. So it's going to move on to the next in initiative order. That is Reverie. Reverie, next to you, a skeleton has popped up with this horrible little rusted autumn short sword. What would you like to do?
I just turn my head slightly to look at it. Channel Divinity, destroy undead.
What's the destroy CR limit for you?
1.
CR 1 and below instantly destroyed. And what's the range on it?
I think it's the same as my channel divinity, so 30 feet.
Within 30 feet?
Yeah. Let me double check that.
Someone brought a gun to a knife fight.
It's why I love clerics so much. Anything that's bad juju is just
No.
go away.
Yeah. Be gone.
Yeah, I believe it's 30 feet.
30 feet, so all undead within 30 feet below CR1 are just poof, boom. Okay. You guys watch as Reverie turns her head, flicks her hand, and 4 skeletons and 4 zombies just disintegrate into piles of mulch or explode into dry, floating dust. It's damn near transcendent as you... And there's this almost angelic hum about it, but with like a like almost like a minor note undertone. And this very what's the word? Transparent mist. A shady purple and black just faintly emanates, and each skeleton and zombie that it touches just kind of and dissipates or bursts into this dry dust. As it touches the fresher dead, the ones that don't look at all decomposed, still have the modern day autumn Eladrin armour and weapons, it has no effect. And it obviously has no effect on Magda. So I believe that's your action to use Channel Divinity?
I believe so.
Okay, do you have a bonus action you would like to use, Reverie?
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna healing word a friend.
You're gonna healing word a friend?
Yep.
How kind of you.
I'm gonna healing word Arya.
Okay, you're casting
Arya's
healing
in the
word
danger
on
zone.
Oh, friend.
That would be 5.
5
take it.
hit points back, Arya. So again, you gesture out and you speak this word, and this healing energy floats towards you, Arya.
Thank you, friend.
Anything else for you, Reverie?
No.
Okay.
That's all.
Then we move on to next in the initiative order. They're all dead. Elion.
Right.
There was a zombie coming up behind you, but it into mulch right behind you.
Quick glance, check it's dead, and then how high up is Magda?
15 feet. Arya is 5 foot below him.
Yeah, I don't like that because I only have a pointy stick. I'm gonna think back to the sparring sessions, and I'm going to Misty step into the unoccupied air next to him and grab him.
Okay, so you're foregoing one of your attacks to make a grapple check.
Yeah.
Okay. He will obviously combat that. So yours is athletics. He gets to
Yes,
choose
sir.
athletics or acrobatics. He's going to choose acrobatics.
And who's luck? Much better.
Your aura nearby him. What does that do for him again?
It just adds my charisma to damage.
to damage. Okay. So what's your total for the athletics?
21.
Okay, he does not succeed. He is grappled.
If you allow, I can forego whatever if I need to. I will just fall with him.
Okay, so you're
My
attempting
attempt
to
is
drag him down.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. You're dragging him down. So that's 15 feet. With fall damage, you do round up, so it's going to be 2d6 bludgeoning damage you're going to take there, Elion. Snake Eyes. You take 2 falling damage. He does not take any falling damage, as he is immune to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage from non-magical sources.
That makes sense.
Arya, I hate to tell you this, most creatures at this level of combat are immune to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage from non-magical sources. You're in the big leagues now. You're in the big boy games. Just wait till the things that are summoned by the boss have legendary actions.
I still got tricks up my sleeve, but good to know.
But yeah, as he hits the ground, it's not quite like a body hitting the ground, Elion. You hit the ground, and I mean you're falling from 15 feet. And you're landing solidly. Even for somebody that's used to that, like landing solidly on your side, it's got a bit of a sting to it.
Yeah.
When he hits it almost like a balloon that has a cloth put over it. So like he hits and then just kind of like slowly floats back up to standing, as if it's done nothing to him. And he looks at you really derisively. So that counts as one of your attacks, Elion. Do you want to use your other attack at this point?
Sure. I'm going to use another luck point, because that was a 2. That is 18.
18.
Yes.
18 will hit.
Second level Divine Smite, so about thirds.
Go for it.
So it'll be 14 points of slashing plus, oh that's not great, 14 points of radiant.
14 and 14 for a total of 28 damage
28.
dealt. Fantastic. So you strike out with this combination of the blade and the holy. So as you lash out and this spell follows it, crashing into this body. The blade slices at the cheek, no blood comes out, but you can see like that still almost jelly-like coagulated blood below the surface. And the radiant damage does nothing extra, but it does leave behind a slight marring to the flesh. And he turns and looks back at you, Elion, with this distinct hatred. As he realises you now deal radiant damage. You are the opposite. What he's understanding here is that from doing that, he's now seen that you operate very much under the same capabilities that Galerond did. Is there anything else you would like to do with your turn, Elion?
No, I think I'm all good.
He's going to legendary action at the end of your turn upon seeing that, and he's going to look at you and be like, I despise you and your ilk. And then his hand is just going to suddenly jerk out to grab your face. And he will use a legendary action to cast a spell. It cannot be higher than 3rd level. Not that that's of comfort, but... he is going to make an attack roll.
Yes, sir.
Elion, that is a total of 19 to hit.
It does indeed hit.
He's casting 3rd level Inflict Wounds as he grabs your face. I will chalk off a 3rd level spell slot used.
Twice in one day. I'm gonna get hit with 3rd level Inflict Wounds.
Okay, so he does hit. That's 5d10.
Yes, sir.
And he adds on your charisma modifier to that.
Yes, he does. Which is 5.
And does it get added on as just the same damage type, or does it have a specific damage?
It just says damage, so I assume it'd be the
Damage.
same.
Okay, so we've got 2 terrifying rolls and 3 okay ones.
That's cool. Ain't no thing.
Including your charisma modifier, that's 38 necrotic damage.
Yes, sir.
As he grabs you by the face, and you feel this strike of numbness in your face. Now, I don't entirely remember how many levels in Oathbreaker you have. Do you have the resistance to necrotic damage?
I do not.
You don't. Okay. So you'll take the whole brunt of that 38 necrotic damage through you. As it hits your face and your face goes numb, it travels down to at least upper chest. So you almost feel your heartbeat slow down. And you even feel like the breath that's in your lungs right now gets sucked out. It's like the touch of death is all over this top part of your body.
If you'll allow me,
Of course, go ahead.
as he grabs the face, I'm going to grab the arm and slash because I have Mage Slayer.
By all means, so you grab onto the arm and almost pull him in closer to try and get the shank on that. I love it. Roll to hit.
That is a 23.
Oh yeah, that's gonna hit. Absolutely no problem. Even shield ain't saving him from that one.
And then same again. Second level Divine Smite.
Sorry, no, wait, hold on. Shield would be a meets it beats it for him on that one. Sorry. I know math. I promise.
Which would be 17 points of slashing damage
17 slashing.
plus 18 radiant.
And 18 radiant. This one definitely hits him harder, as he staggers back from that one, looking at you, and this time as you've got him underneath at the ribcage, and it's like sludge, the deep red coming out as the blood here is coagulated. And he kind of looks at you again with this gritted jaw. And he wipes at the corner of his mouth, and you see that same kind of black ichor on his hand. I'm going to make you pay tenfold for that.
I don't have any money. I gave it to a load of children.
That's his legendary action. That's the end of your turn.
Yes, sir.
Which means it goes to... Yep. One of these Automeladron soldiers that is still there. They stand there motionless. And he's going to wave his hand to one of them. He's going to wave his hand in the direction of... Reverie. And this Automeladron turns to you with this huge autumn war club and runs towards you, taking a swing at you. So rolling to hit. That's going to be a dirty 20.
It just hits, yeah.
Okay. And its second attack. Okay, so I don't think its second attack will hit because that's a total of 13.
No, that one will not hit.
Okay, good. So runs in, and it takes this first swing, and this club collides heavily with you. Okay? That is a... Bear with me, it's not showing me here, so I'm gonna just look it up quickly. Okie dokie. So that is gonna be... So you're gonna take 10 bludgeoning damage. Oh, sorry, no. 14 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And 5 necrotic.
Okay.
And that is that. That's all it can do, is just its 2 attacks. So it's done then. After that strike to you, it goes to Arya.
Real quick, just to check my positioning again. I know above the air I'm like 15 feet, and how close or far away am I from like Elion and like Magda?
So you're now 10 feet away from Elion, Reverie, Sheila, the Fire Elemental, and Magda, because they're all in this little 10-foot grouping beneath you. You're 10 foot in the air. Magda was pulled down past you.
Okay, good. So I'm back in his radius. How close, like, still is he still grappled by Elion?
No, the grapple break. Wait, actually, no, he is. Your grapple doesn't break because you hit the ground. So yeah, he is held by Elion.
Okay, because like I'm trying to like think. I know like a melee kind of thing, like the animal can like hit someone if they're still in the grapple radius. But does that also like is that also the case with like magic spells kind of hit things?
What do you mean?
Like if I cast something and I wanted it to hit Magda because he's still grappled by Elion, would it hit Elion as well, or would the spell only hit Magda since he's the one I'm aiming the magic?
It depends. If it's an area of effect, like if you were to cast something like Moonbeam, which has a 5-foot radius, and you were to center it on Magda...
it's a radius thing.
Okay, what's the radius on it?
Range area 60 feet. As a bonus action, I'm trying to move the weapon up to 20 feet and repeat the attack against a creature within 5 feet.
Are you using spiritual weapon?
Yeah.
Okay, spiritual weapon summons a weapon, but you use that to hit. So, no, it will not hurt Elion unless you tell it to hit Elion.
Okay, that gotcha.
Okay,
so I see Magda raising all these undead people who used to have lives and dreams and now I see him also hurting my friends, and it's the same person who killed my brother, and it's less like something snaps in Arya, more like something clicks into place, and she realizes how fucking tired she is of running away from monsters like him and her parents and Solus, and she just whispers to herself, "Divine beings don't run." And she picks her violin back up and plays the Dog Days Are Over again, picking back up at the bridge with like that drawn out brightness going into like the upbeat part, and as this magic and music filled with righteous indignation and defiant joy pours forth to create something new. With a fire in her eyes and a prayer to the greater hand in her heart, she is going to cast Spiritual Weapon at, level 4.
Okay. So as you start to play and this celestial music fills the area, while still being grappled, his eyes are going to snap to you with that radiant sound. Now, I did already say in my mind, when you said you were doing this, I rolled, because I always roll at the beginning of this to see as a reaction if he would do this. And he is going to counterspell, but I did roll, and with the roll I did say to myself it would be 3rd level, so I need to roll to see if you will succeed in casting it, because you've cast it at the 4th level. So I'm going to roll that. I'm going to roll that just now. So you said 4th level, that means the DC I'm looking to beat is 14. And that's a D20 plus his spellcasting modifier, which is his intelligence. So that is a +4. So DC 10 plus 4. That's a 5 on the dice. He is not successful in counterspelling it, but he still uses the counterspell. So he reaches out his hand to counterspell, and before he can get the word out, Elion just kind of like headlocks him down, and the spell is summoned. Arya, what does your spiritual weapon sound look like?
So glad you asked. It is going to look like a bannerman's banner, with the top part of the flagpole looking like a capped celestial bell, the crossbeams looking like outspread angel wings, and the flag itself is going to have the symbol of gateway on it. But instead of being like the divided like 4 beam crosses, it's going to start to like swirl towards the center, merging the 4 seasons, and then ends almost like looking like a music note.
I love it. So
yeah,
you
and it's
summon
that like
this into
bright
place.
violet gold of her magic.
You summon this banner into place, and it comes down as if manifesting maybe like 30 feet in the air and slams into the ground. As part of casting that, you are able to make an attack with it. Now, when you attack with this, you roll a d20. You add your spellcasting modifier, which is your charisma. Hold on. Did you cast that as a bard, or is that from your cleric spell list?
That's from. I don't have cleric yet. That's from Magical Secrets.
Fantastic. So it counts the bard spell for you. So that's a d20 plus your charisma plus your proficiency.
All right. I know on the, it says hit DC plus 8, so I'll roll d20 plus 8. Bismillah. Oh, that's let's see, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
21 hits.
Woohoo!
So as it strikes, spiritual weapon is
2d8 plus 4.
2d8 force damage. You summoned it at 4th level, so I think there might be something for upcasting that. Is it an extra d8 per level above 3rd?
Let me check. At higher levels, 1d8 spell slot of 3rd or higher level 2. Okay, so I can add another third d8.
Another d8, so that's 3d8 force damage you're dealing every time this thing hits. And to hit with this every turn is a bonus action.
Woohoo! Alright, let me get another.
Now this is a spiritual weapon's spiritual weapon's not concentration based. It's not. Okay.
No, it's crazy.
It's brilliant.
Okay, that was a is that a 6? No, that's not a 9, that's a 6. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
16 force damage. This banner almost...
I believe it's also radiant damage too.
It's force damage, I believe.
Oh, I thought it was radiant damage.
I believe spiritual weapon is force damage.
Oh, okay.
However, I could be wrong on that. I'll double check it. Spiritual weapon. It is force damage.
Still
force
something.
Is crazy though.
Hold on. Sorry, Arya. It's not 3d8 damage. It's 4d8 damage. 1d8 for every spell level above 2nd. So 2d8 plus 2, 1 for 3rd, 1 for 4th. So that's another d8 to roll on that.
That was just a 2, so...
So that's a
2 plus...
15 force damage in total?
Hang on, it was a 6, a 7, a 3, and then a 2. Now a 2, so 6, 7, 8, 9.
So that is 18 force damage.
Gotcha.
Okay, 18 force damage crashed right into Magda. Phenomenal. That's only your bonus action there, Arya, so you still have your entire action to use there.
Yeah. Remind me, I know you can't cast like different 2-level spells at the same time, but if you cast a bonus action, you can still cast a cantrip as an action?
You can use a cantrip as long as it's an action.
Got you. Well, first I'm gonna use my free action to say, Elliot, look! Bannerman!
Bit busy.
That's for you, Magda! And I will say, you can kiss my ass some more! And I cast Vicious Mockery.
Okay, so that's a saving throw from him. And I believe that is a charisma saving throw.
No, that is DC wisdom save, 16.
Wisdom save of 16. Alright, here we go. Okay, he is going to succeed on that. That's a total of 19 on the wisdom save.
Alright.
Them liches, they got no physical stats, but all them mental stats.
Yeah, but he gets damage from the bad pun.
Yeah, he still gets damage. I believe it's half damage that you'll take from that. So Vicious Mockery is, at this level, I believe 2d4.
Yep. I've been waiting to use that one. Let's see, that's 5 total.
5 total, so he will take 2 damage.
So something.
Better than nothing.
Yeah. Just laughing and giddiness, and that'll be my turn.
Alright, that's everything for you, Arya, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, after your turn it comes to this other undead Eladrin standing, and they have this spear and a shield in their hand. And Magda will look to them and say, don't just stand there. Get them. And I will roll to see who he attacks. 1, 2. It was a 3. 3 on the dice, and for as you people can, well, actually no, you won't. The Zoom call should be in the order that I have. Arya, you are third on my screen, so it's coming for you, and it's gonna run, and like it does almost like what you've seen like Kernan do when he moves towards something. Then he almost like at the last couple of steps like zigzags left and right, and then jumps in. Very Brad Pitt playing Achilles in Troy. When he moves towards and he jumps and jabs, and it does that and leaps in and jabs the spear forward. It is attacking one-handed with this spear, but as it jabs on the first one, the attack roll for that, jabbing forward. Okay, that is a 7 to hit, so it does not hit. But as it does that, it then spins the spear like this, as if to swipe and slice with it. And that one's going to be a 22 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Okay, so you jerk your head to the side, avoiding the jab, and then it spins the spear around, and the edge of the blade of the spear is going to cut like across your cheek. That is...
That's a melee attack, right?
It is indeed a melee attack, yes.
So can I reaction Heavenly Rebuke?
Yes, you can. You can indeed.
Alright, I'm gonna yell, ow! But instead of sounding like ow, it's gonna sound like the ringing of like a church bell gong as I cast Heavenly Rebuke.
Okay, that's a dexterity saving throw from this creature.
Yep, dex save 16.
Dex save of, pardon me, 16. Let's roll that dice. It does not succeed with a DC or with a roll of 6. So roll the damage.
2d10s. And
that's 2d10 radiant damage on that one.
7, 8. That's a 9 total.
9. Okay, so it is knocked back 10 feet as well. The radiant damage does nothing extra to it. And then as it's hit, the effects of its attack are going to affect you now. So you will take. So it rolled maximum damage on the melee attack, so that's 9 slashing damage you'll take. But obviously, because it was summoned by Magda, the numbness starts to creep into this side of your face, as there is also an additional 3 necrotic damage on that.
Is that 3 halved since I have resistance?
Yes, that 3 has been halved.
Okay, so that's was 5 plus 3, right?
Yep.
Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. I've been worse. Like, didn't know I could do that.
And then we cycle back to the top of initiative order. Sheila's just going to come back, and then we'll get Sheila to pop in and do that. I'm just double checking something. Never.
Is that Scanlan?
Yeah, I rewatched. Vox Machina today, and
nice.
I got to that episode with the never, which is by and far the best vocalization ever. Sheila, we come to your turn. Top of initiative order. So Arya's banner is now struck into this guy. Elion has. I love the imagery of it. As he goes to speak in Elion, just hand comes over and headlocks him. So Elion has this lich in a headlock. Reverie is just casually looking at her nails as she blew up 8 undead. And Arya kind of just bossed back this this undead soldier. Oh, Arya, I do apologise, I did forget. When you cast Heavenly Rebuke, it's like some form of like avatar bursts out of you and pushes them back. What would that look like for you?
I think that would kind of look like the silhouette of what Raziel looks like in their true form.
Okay, but you don't know what
like
that is.
my family is with me.
Okay, you don't know what that true form looks like. So.
No, I saw it. Remember you showed me in the cabin?
Oh, jeez, yeah. I do remember that now. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you also see this angelic being burst out of Arya in an explosion of radiant light and knock this undead soldier back 10 feet before dissipating again. So what would you like to do now, Sheila?
I am going to. Magda's currently still grappled.
He's grappled, yes. So his movement speed is 0.
I am gonna stab him with Snicker Snap.
Okay, we have currently 1 missed attack roll. So roll to hit.
Why am I thinking that is that? Ooh. That is 21 to hit.
On a 21, you strike. Again, this massive sword arguably rivals the size of the great sword that Arterinon was carrying on his back. And you swing it with like one hand, just cleaving in almost like a dance-like motion. And as the blade connects, Snickersnack goes, "Good, that last one was a fluke. I was beginning to be worried."
I couldn't let this battle be too easy, come on.
Of course, darling. We have to give them a fighting chance. Roll your damage, please, Sheila, on that strike with Snickersnack.
16 points of damage?
16 points of slashing damage.
Yes.
Fantastic. As the blade bites in, it almost leaves behind like a lingering note of laughter. As if the blade itself is actively mocking Magda. Anything else that you would like to do, Sheila?
Just in case, I'm gonna get out of the way of Magda, so I'm gonna face step away.
Okay, you use your Ultimaladrin trait to steroid-ridden Misty Step away. There is nobody near you, so the little effect that happens isn't going to affect anybody. But you Misty Step 30 feet away using your Fey Eladrin trait. So that was your bonus action, so nothing else for you, Sheila?
Nope, that's it, and then I'll just go to my elemental.
So it goes
and
to your elemental.
And I'll just yell at it to attack Magda.
Okay, it's gonna, as you yell that, and it turns towards Magda and it raises up both its flaming hands, and bang, bang, and it's gonna strike onto Magda with these huge flaming mitts. It's almost like as it raises the hands, kind of like in that new Disney movie Elemental, where they can make their bodies bigger, and it does that and slams down with these two flaming fists and slams down on top of him. And as it does so, there's this huge roar from it as it strikes down. Now to roll to see if it attacks with those. If it manages to hit, sorry, is what I mean by that. So it's going to miss on the first one. And it's also going to miss on the second. Let me double check something there. I just want to make sure I've got this correct in my head. In my noggin space. Grappled. Grappled creature speed becomes 0. Can't benefit from any bonuses to speed. And it does not give advantage. Oh wait, hold on. Elion being within 5 feet does. So its first attacks will be misses. It now comes to its second attack with advantage. And unbelievably, you can go and check. All the dice rolls are public on the log for the forming. Its second attack at advantage also misses. Total of 16.
I know.
Crashes down, unfortunately. So the elemental slams its fists down, but misses on both of them. However, as it does enter into the space, Wait, hold on. Those are incorrect. Those are incorrect. I was using the wrong stat block to roll. It was still on the Undying Soldier. I do apologise. Of course that bloody happens. So because I used the wrong stat block, I'm re-rolling the attacks. The first attack roll is a nat 20. So that is gonna be... Oh god. 12 plus 9, so 21 from the first attack, and advantage again. Beats it on the second one. So a total of 30 fire damage as the thing rains its fists down on top of Magda. I do apologise about that. I did think I clicked on the stat block to switch it over, but I'm new to the encounter tool on D&D Beyond. But yeah, 30 damage dealt. He is not looking good. He is now officially in critical condition. That's everything for the fire elemental. So it's going to go to Magda. Magda now entering critical condition. He is not happy about this. He is going to take his hand, and as he's casting this magic, he slaps it into his chest, and this sphere of necrotic energy starts to crackle around him. He is going to cast Circle of Death, and that's going to affect everybody nearby. So that's going to be everyone here, the two Eladrin soldiers. Wait, hold on, let me read it to see if you can designate people it doesn't affect. Nope, each creature. Yeah, basically just this expanding ball of necrotic energy. It goes out 60 feet, so it is going to hit every part of this dome that he's got you guys in. Sheila, unfortunately, is going to get you. So I'm going to need everybody to make for me Constitution saving throws.
Anyone within 10 feet, which I think now is just the Elemental and Reverie, right? We'll get +5.
Elemental, Aria, and Reverie. You will get a +5 to your saving throws.
19, 21, 26.
Okay, so Aria taking half damage. Reverie?
12.
12, okay. Full damage. Elion?
23.
Half damage. Sheila?
This is necrotic.
It's necrotic.
17.
17. Taking full damage, unfortunately. Let me roll for the... Fire Elemental. I have his stat block here. I'll roll it for you. The rolls are public, so you'll be able to see what he rolls. Constitution saving throw.
Come on, little hothead buddy.
6 in total.
Damn.
Hothead, no!
No, not Hothead!
Hey, he got an 11.
Oh, he got an
With my
11.
help.
Yeah, it's still not
It
enough.
still sucks.
One of the soldiers got a 4. The other soldier got a 10. Okay, so if you got below, if I've said that you're taking half damage, take half damage. Aria, you'll take half, then half again. I'll calculate that for you. I believe Elion, you're taking half damage as well. Reverie, Sheila, you guys are taking the full damage. So, without further ado, let's get this done.
It's 15d10.
It's not at all.
Don't give me ideas, Harry.
It's not 15d10. That would be horrific. It is 8d. It is 10d6.
It's still not fun.
So I'm going to put this out there right now. Both of these wee undead soldiers crumple. Their bodies shrivel up into dried husks and they collapse to the ground. Reverie, Sheila, you guys will take 35 necrotic damage. All necrotic.
You'll be alright.
Your entire bodies become numb. Hothead is also going to take 35 necrotic damage. Elion, you will take 35 becomes 34, which becomes 17. And Arya, you will take 8.
Whew.
That's his action. As he casts this Circle of Death, that's all he gets. He doesn't need to make the saving throw. He is immune to necrotic damage, so he will willingly fail, but he doesn't take any damage. We'll just double check just to make sure. Yeah, nothing else happens from that. Okay. That is his turn done. It then goes on to Reverie.
The guy in front of me is dead now.
Yes, but it doesn't die the way, like, you know, the other ones did. This one, like, you see the effects of necrotic damage, and you see them rapidly showing that these particular forms of the undead actually had vulnerability to necrotic damage.
Very interesting.
As they
but
hyper.
Magda's right there, correct?
Oh yeah, Magda is. He's looking beat up now. He's looking very, very shaky on his feet.
I'm gonna hit him with my holy weapon.
So you're moving in to hit him?
Yes.
Okay, you get advantage on that attack roll because of flanking.
And you also have my DC Bardic Inspiration for that too, so if you want to use it.
Does a 19 hit?
Usually, yes. However, with that 19, he is going to reaction and shield. He's starting to get weak, guys, so he's pulling out all of the stops here. I am a fair DM, but I'm also a realistic DM.
That's okay.
Not the bonk.
That's my turn.
Not the bonking. That's your turn.
Yes.
What's the damage from? Oh no, he's shielded, so that's that. Alrighty.
Yeah.
After you, as you move in and you do that, he is going to legendary action. Like I said, he's pulling out all the stops here now, guys. Legendary action, and as you come in, he's going to lash out a hand towards you. He's going to try and use his paralyzing touch on you. I don't know why I'm rolling that dice. I've got it right in front of me here. Oh, that's a nat 1. For a total of 10. So you come in, you swing, he shields and then lashes out with his hand, and you jerk yourself back as in equal parts he's still grappled by Elion. So as he swipes it, equal parts you jumping back and Elion just grabbing his arm and pulling it back in. Honestly, it could be seen as quite comical right now, as Elion is just like scrabbling over this lich who's just flailing limbs at this point to try and swipe at anybody, throwing out spells, trying to claw at people with these ragged nails. But he does miss you. After that, it then goes to next in the initiative order after Reverie. Elion! It's you, buddy. Do you want to use one of your attacks to keep the grapple going?
No.
Okay. So, if you make both your attacks here, you will be releasing the grapple.
Yes.
Okay, cool. What do you want to do?
I'm going to make both my attacks.
Awesome.
Use my last luck point, because that's another 2. No, still not great. 14 misses.
Yeah, so the first attack will miss, and as you leap back to take that, are you doing that at advantage? Because you get flanking from everybody from being within 5 feet of an ally.
I'm not. Worse. I rolled a 3, a 5, and a 7.
Oh my god, it sucks when that happens. So as you release his swipe with the blade, it's like as the blade swipes, he flicks his hand with this little minor gesture of magic, and the blade passes through him.
Okay, that's cheating. Second one. That definitely hits. 27.
27. So as he kind of flicks it, and it's almost like the scene from Eragon where he throws the spear at Durza, and Durza's like, "You're going to have to do much better than that." Looks back up, and as he looks back up, the blade is just coming right at him, and it strikes into him. Roll your damage.
I'll do my last second level slot for smite again. Okay, so 12 points of slashing. Oh shit. 30 points of radiant.
30 points of radiant damage.
I rolled 8, 8, 8, 6.
We love to see it. So you crash this blade down on him, and you said that what was the slashing damage on that?
11, so it'd be 41 total.
41 damage in total. He is not looking good. Is that everything for you, Elion?
I will shift myself so that I can effectively just run around him to get back to where I was, but as I shift myself, I'm going to tap Reverie and cast Shield of Faith on them.
Okay, so are you moving outside of his range? Doesn't matter anyway, he's used his reaction. Doesn't matter anyway.
Cool.
Alrighty. Then at the end of your turn, Elion, before we come to Arya, we come to initiative count 10, where a special action is going to come into play here. I would like somebody to volunteer. Sheila, could you do me a favor? Could you do me a favor and roll me a D100? We're looking for two very specific numbers here.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
57.
Everything's fine.
I don't like that look.
You said 57, and when you said 50 at the beginning, I was like, oh no! The numbers that I was looking for, one of them was 50. But it did not happen, so it's absolutely fine. It goes to your turn now, Arya. Wait, hold on. He's pulling out all the stops here, actually. So before that, he is going to use a... He's going to legendary action, and he's going to use a... he's going to make an attack roll. Like I said, he's pulling out all the stops here, and he's got 2 legendary actions left for this particular turn order. Elion, he's going to swipe at you for a paralysing touch. He might as well. 25 to hit.
Definitely hits.
Okay. He will deal... Oh, that is nasty. And he gets your charisma modifier, right? Is that
the damage, yeah.
That's a +5.
Yes.
Okay, so he's going to deal 22 cold damage. And I need a con saving throw from you.
21.
Okay, you're fine. But you still take the cold damage. So you take 22 cold damage as his claws rake across your face.
I am barely standing.
Not the face!
Arya, it is now your turn.
Okay, I see my friends and I are like real bad shape, so I'm gonna keep playing that joyful melody, and I'm casting Mass Cure Wounds on all of us at level 5. So let me roll that real quick.
He doesn't have any 5th level spell slots left, but I'm going to roll to see if you will be able to counterspell that.
The moment he casts counterspell, I'm hitting him.
Okay, cool.
It's a spell.
It is a spell, and you do have your reaction left for this. Hold on a moment. Where is the counter spell? Yeah, he doesn't have any 5th level spell slots left, so he's going to have to use his final 3rd level. Unfortunately, because he doesn't have any higher spell levels left. So let me just roll for that and see if he doesn't manage to do it. You said you were doing it at 5th level, so DC of 15.
Yeah.
That is a nat 20.
No, hang on. Is the DC level
10 plus the spell level? So you said 5th level?
Yeah.
So that's 15.
Not a save DC thing?
No, it's not. So if he's counterspelling, if when you said you were casting it at 5th level, if I was to go, oh, I'm going to have him counterspell at 5th level, it would just automatically counterspell. But he doesn't have a 5th level spell, so it means he has to roll it. So he rolls a d20 and adds his spellcasting modifier. If he rolls above 10 plus the spell level you cast, it counterspells it. So you cast it at 5th level, so that's a DC 15.
Alright.
Okay, so it is a public roll. You can go into the game log on D&D Beyond. You'll be able to see it was.
No, I'm just trying to figure that out.
No, it's absolutely fine. Don't worry about it. So you go to heal your party's wounds, and as you do it, you hear the note go, like less like a violin bow and more like a saw across it as he counterspells it, and it's like he snatches the music away and he goes, "Not again, little lady." But it has been counterspelled. That is your Mass Cure Wounds. Is that a bonus action or an action?
No, that's an action spell, so I still have my bonus action.
Elion, what did you roll for the hit?
24.
24 hits. Roll the damage.
Oh no, I'm down to 1st level smites.
Oh no! Oh no! I'm down to only being able to use the smallest of my spell slots. Meanwhile, the Lich over here scrabbling for spell slots. He's actually alright. He's got 2 4th levels left, 2 2nd levels, and all his 1st levels. So he's actually alright. But he powered through that 6th, 5th, and 3rd level spell slots quickly.
Alright, so...
Hold on just a moment, Arya. There is a reaction that comes in here, so I just need to get Elion's damage for the attack roll.
Oh, okay, sorry.
It's absolutely fine. It's perfectly understandable. It can be quite jarring when you do have it can be quite jarring when you have, like, you know, your turn but then reactions come in, so don't worry about it. Elion, damage?
34.
34 damage.
I only have alert 1st level smites left though, guys. Man.
Hey, it's only 3d8. That's it.
34 damage. He goes down to 1 knee. Arya, your action.
Okay, I know... Okay, for my... No, I have a bonus action, so I'm gonna turn to Sheila and yell, Maestro! Show this undead fucker what happens when you mess with the great Sheila Stallone! And I give you Bardic Inspiration.
Sheila, you now have Bardic Inspiration.
Thank you.
And that works for a few things, so do with that what you will.
At the end of your turn, with his last legendary action of this turn, he is going to, on 1 knee, he's gonna take his hand and he's gonna go, "I will take you with me," and he slams his hand into the ground as he's going to use one of the last spell slots he's got left. He's going to use a 4th level to do Fireball. So I'm going to need Dex saving throws from everybody.
How big's the radius?
Fireball radius is 20 feet centered on him. So you're out of it. You're out of it, Arya. Not Arya, Sheila. It's going to heal. It's going to heal your fiery boy. Sorry, Arya, what you saying?
That height radius too?
20-foot radius. So.
Okay, so. Plus Elion's thing, right?
modifier.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14?
Okay, so Arya, you're going to be taking full damage.
Damn
Reverie,
27.
you'll take half damage. Elion,
21.
you'll take half damage. And the fire elemental will heal. Okay, 4th level, so that is 9d6.
Oh boy.
Okay, I'm going to put the fire elemental's health up first. Elion, Reverie, you guys will take 16 fire damage each.
I am unconscious.
Arya, you will take 33 fire damage.
I'm also out.
Okay, so as the fire explodes outwards, Arya, the flames overwhelm you. Elion, much the same as yourself, you're so close that it's almost like you get the blade up to strike again before it, and the explosion blasts you to the ground. When the flames and the dust clears, Magda is barely hanging on. In fact, like, his forearm on his right arm has fallen off. His robes are all but charred away. He looks like Two-Face on one side of his face. And Arya and Elion next to him are on the ground unconscious. And we go back to the top of initiative order. Sheila, your turn. You're 30 feet away.
I am going to use Destructive Wave.
Destructive Wave.
Yep.
Okay.
Is that a con saving throw?
Constant. Bear with me just a wee minute. I'm just double checking for something. I'm just double checking the ruling of something. Okay. So Destructive Wave, that is an AoE spell, right?
Yep, so 30 feet within me.
Okay, con save
Every
for that, yeah?
creature. Yep, con save.
Don't know why I keep picking up physical dice. I've got this right here. Con save. Every creature, so that is going to involve Reverie as well.
I can selectively choose.
Okay, who are you choosing to not be affected by the spell?
So just my allies won't be affected.
So
Or like Magda.
So you're designating everybody except Magda to be unaffected.
Are there undead around as well still?
No, they're all gone.
Okay, so it's just Magda, yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for the raid, guys. Thank you. So only Magda being affected, which is good, because AoEs still deal damage to people who are down and would have counted as automatic failed saving throws for them. So very good specifying that. Okay, Magda's going to roll that con save. That's a total of 23.
Okay.
Does he still take half damage?
I'm just checking. Yes, takes half as much damage, yeah.
What type of damage are you doing with Destructive Wave?
There is both thunder and radiant.
Roll the damage.
Okay.
You can also add attack rolls if you want with the Bardic Inspiration.
It's not an attack
Yeah.
roll, it's a damage roll.
Oh, my bad.
Don't worry about it, it's absolutely fine.
So for half as much, that is 8 thunder.
Right.
9 radiant.
Sheila, as the destructive wave rattles itself out and the thunder hits him, you hear the sound of the brittle, dried bones in his body snap. And then when that wave of radiant comes after it, you watch as it starts to burn away the flesh on his body. He tries to step forward through it, and as he does, just his body breaking just starts to crumble to the ground. He had 1 hit point left.
Oh, there you go.
I dropped the image of it in the Discord, so you can see he was rocking that one hit point. And Sheila, it's like the legs dissipate from here first, and there's no longer vocal cords. He cannot make noises. And he's crawling towards you with these now completely skinless, ragged, bony hands. And as he gets to you, like, he grabs like the front of your boot and like tries to get one hand up, but as he gets towards you, it just crumbles. And the lich falls to the ground, dead.
He touched the boots. That was it. He cursed him.
Reverie, Sheila, you guys are still active, but you are out of combat.
Cool. I'm gonna touch Elian and I'm gonna cast Life Transference.
Okay.
To bring him back up.
How much life transference damage do you take?
I'm doing the math on that right now. Ooh, 27.
27. So you take 27 damage. I believe half of that goes to Elion?
It's double.
It's double it. Okay, so you take 27 damage, and Elion, you will get back 54 hit points.
Yes, sir.
Before the grasp of the dead can even touch you, Elion, you shock yourself back into it as Reverie standing over you, hand on their own chest, this pulsing necrotic energy flowing down their arm into you to bring you back.
Just reach over, grab a boot, and pump 30 of my lay on hands into Arya.
Awesome.
What do you grab?
Your boot.
Oh, I thought he said boot.
So Arya, you no. We're close, but not that close.
That's why I was confused.
Arya, you get 30 hit points. Elion, you get 54. Reverie, you lose 27. Around you, you guys hear the sound of tens of thousands of dead bodies hit the floor. As with Magda dead, his control over the lesser undead breaks, and they turn back into corpses. And it's for the slight moment of his death, it's like silence hits the world. The only sound, the burning. And there's no flash of bright light, there's no heralding chorus, there's no echoing scream into the nether. He dissipates silently, leaving behind just remnants of himself, pieces of tattered clothing, and a necklace.
I'm gonna stagger up. Cast Healing Hands on myself real quick before picking up my violin. That's 4d4, right?
4d4.
Alright, let me just get myself real quick before I do the next thing. 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yay. And then I pick up my violin and I play a jagged melody and just create a big ass rock right over the necklace and just say, "Fuck you. This is for my brother." And let it just crash on his stupid necklace.
So you summon this rock and it crashes down on the necklace. The rock splits in two.
What the fuck?
You can't break magical items with conventional means.
Summoning an object with your creation, it is summoned by magic, but it is a mundane object that you summon. So as it hits into it with force, it cracks right down the middle. The necklace is completely unscathed.
We need to find someone who can destroy it for us, but we can't do that right now.
You shouldn't leave it here. Is that book still here, by the way?
You can roll a perception check if you like.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that, because I know that creepy book. Perception. 14?
14. The book is indeed there. In the destructive wave, it was pushed over towards the edge. You can now see where that cage of necrotic lightning coming down around you guys has left a charred mark in the dirt. But it's not like black, it is like grey. It's like nothing will ever grow along this particular circular line ever again. And it's landed right at the edge of that.
Anyone got some sort of cloak or something we can wrap both these things in? We need someone to destroy them both.
Put it in the bag.
Yeah, I don't know how he managed to get that book, but that thing just feels wrong.
Can I try and just hit the necklace too? I
Have
want
you got-
therapy.
Yeah, I didn't get. Does yours? I don't want your weapon cracked if it's magic.
It's fine. I've got more.
It's not magic. Go for it. One of us might as well get our anger out.
I'm a hit the necklace with my holy weapon.
Is your mace magical?
I still have holy weapon up, so it does count as a magical weapon.
Okay. What level of spell slot did you cast holy weapon with?
4th.
Okay. So you raise your mace, you bring it up, and you strike down. Roll at advantage to hit.
Does a 16 hit it?
16 is going to hit it, yeah. So you strike. As you strike, the mace hits true. It's like a flanged mace, so it has those like sculpted metal points on it, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you bring that down, you strike one of those points right into the heart of the gem. The mace does not shatter. But what happens is almost the sound of like a dull iron bell. Nothing happens to the necklace. Fortunately, the magic you have on your weapon is not strong enough to damage it.
Lajata's got a weapon.
I feel better.
Good.
Sheila,
Not
any
to be
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, not to be a downer, but there's like a whole other army.
Yeah, we're not happy yet.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get the creepy necklace and the even creepier book. Put it somewhere semi-safe until we can find someone to fuck it up. Get going.
Just to ask a quick environmental question. Was this in the middle of just the open plains, or was he in like a commander's tent?
It was like a ramshackle barricade almost. Like the zombies had pulled like bits of broken wagons and caravans from travellers that had run off and just dragged them with them, forming almost like a wall in case anybody tried to come up from behind them.
Okay.
So it was less like a commander's tent or area and more like a makeshift semicircular barricade wall,
Okay, cool.
which is what was technically needed to count it as a lair.
Hey, loopholes.
I'm from the Celtic Isles. We invented the Fae. Pew, 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 pew.
I respect.
So Sheila makes a good point. What are you guys doing with the necklace in the book? As you do have an entire other army to deal with.
We gotta wrap it up, put it somewhere. If it's magic and it's nasty kind of magic, that much I can tell. I don't like the idea of putting it in Sheila's bag of holding. You put in like satchel or something. I just don't want to touch any of it.
I don't know. I feel like it's less likely to be nabbed if we put it in a bag of holding. You got to know what you're looking for if you put your hand in that.
Yeah, but we should definitely wrap it up in something else. I don't want anyone touching it. It just feels evil. Bad juju. But we definitely
Sheila's just gonna pick it up with her bare hands.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Throw it in her bag.
fine.
What are you picking up with your bare hands?
She's just gonna pick everything. She's just ready to go to the other side.
Okay. Oh, you coming to say hello? Come and say hello?
I don't like the idea of any of us touching it with bare hands.
There we
Magic.
go.
Oh! It's a one.
Say hiya.
Hello!
As you pick them up, we're going to go on a 15-minute break. And we will get to the consequences of your actions afterwards. Don't go anywhere, folks. We will see you guys right after our 15-minute break.
This is why I
Hello, everybody, and welcome to part 2 of session. Oh my god, I forgot what number.
62?
62. When we left off, our party had just defeated the first lich to ever rise in Atuma. And then Sheila walked over and picked up the necklace and the book. Now, Sheila, I would like to know, which one do you pick up first, the necklace or the book? The necklace is closest to you, and Arya was standing over by the book.
It probably just literally whatever's next to her that it goes picks up first, and then.
So you pick up the necklace, and you start to hear the faint echo of whispers in your mind. That's all for now. And Snickersnack is just going to say, "Darling, I don't want to tell you what to do with your own mind, but I view this as a one-person domicile. And I'm already occupied."
We'll get rid of it shortly. It's fine. We just need to go save some people, apparently. End a war.
And you put it into the bag of holding?
Yeah.
And then you walk in towards the book?
Yep.
Okay.
Is the grass still dead around it?
There is no grass here. This is autumn. It is all like...
Oh, well you said like it looked grey or something around it, right?
Yeah, the ground has been scorched grey from the necrotic energy.
Okay.
But there's no grass. There's very few plants in this particular part of autumn until you get inside the walls of Russet Falls. Then it's like a natural oasis area next to the volcanic mountain.
Yeah, just don't like the idea of like the ground looking grey around this particular book.
So just to reiterate, the ground is not grey around the book. The ground has a grey scarred line where that cage of necrotic energy hit. The book
so it's
has
like a
just
ring kind of...
Yeah, the book has just landed next to a portion of it.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like around the book itself, not like the... Oh, never mind.
Okay. Sheila, you walk towards the book, and as you get within 10 feet of the book, I need an intelligence saving throw, please.
Oh. Not my strong suit.
You've got my bardic inspiration still.
I will use that bardic inspiration. Better. 16.
16. You get within 10 feet and suddenly it occurs to you. Magda was a withered, crusted up winter elf when you first saw him. And when he walked towards you, he looked like a young man. He looked like age had not ravaged his body. This book could make you powerful if you chose to use it. If you chose to pick it up and open it. That thought naturally just pops into your mind.
Interesting.
However, you're not compulsed or charmed or anything like that. It's just the thought itself pops into your mind. You step now in front of the book. Do you pick it up?
Yep.
You bend down, you put your hand on the book and you pick it up, and again, in your hand is power. A power that has never been seen here except for in this one person, who is now nothing because of you. Now imagine the name Sheila Solorn with that power behind it, and all it would take for you to do is to just open and read. Sheila, you have the book in hand. What would you like to do?
Go into the bag of holding.
You put the book into the bag of holding, and suddenly that thought in your mind feels real dirty. Like a patch of your mind was just marred by a black spot. that eventually fades away as you did not open up the book. But you have both the book and the amulet. What would you guys like to do now?
Other big battle we should probably get to?
Okay, yeah, let's get going. Anyone need some healing? Real quick?
I've got myself, I think.
Well, hang on. Save your spells. I'm gonna pick up my violin, play something very autumnal, and cast a healing word at level 4 on you. So let me roll that. Two more d4s. Sorry, just need more d4s. 8, 19, 18, 13, yeah, 17 points back.
Okay,
Okay.
Remember to tick off your spell slots as you use them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Can't have our connect on the counts.
So after that healing, you guys turn around and make your way back inside the city.
Mm-hmm.
It's eerily quiet on this side of things. The siege here is no longer happening. The sound of burning can still be heard, and off in the distance you can hear the sound of faint combat coming from the eastern wall. It's very, very far off.
Are we heading that way?
Or do we try and find Death Knight?
Is everybody's passive perception above 10?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
As you, who's got the highest passive perception? That's the question.
Reverie.
Reverie!
Early on, as you guys are walking towards it, and you say, are we heading that way? And then I believe it was Sheila that said, are we looking for the Death Knight? Reverie. Through a wall of fire, you see this tall shape just march through it unmarked, dragging a great sword behind them.
I don't think we need to look hard.
They're marching directly towards the gate, away from combat. They heft the blade and sheath it on their back. So they look unscathed from fight. There is no looks of damage on them.
How far away is he?
At this point, about 120 feet. He's like, you guys have came in through one of the gate entryways, so you've got like a wide open space. It would be like used for like, like a pop-up market or for like events and stuff like that. And then
Okay,
he's coming from like the next area of the city, walking towards you.
Okay, so like hearing distance probably pretty far still.
Well, he can still hear you. 120 feet is nothing when it comes to being heard.
Yeah, just shout.
I can't speak True Divine, but to Arya, it sounds like music. It's not just a language, and she's heard it before. So if I tried to like mimic the sound of something in True Divine with minor illusion, could that be a thing? Like,
no, that I love the creativity and the ingenuity, but that doesn't work like that, I'm afraid.
Darn it.
I can check if he's bad once he gets closer. That's about it. I feel like if just in case we should probably set up ambush spots.
Oh, he can see you.
Okay, scrap that idea. Sure. Mexican standoff.
Are we doing this?
Fuck it. Celestial's close enough. Ari's gonna shout in Celestial the name Maltharian.
Doesn't stop, doesn't even show signs of recognizing the language you spoke. To reiterate as well, he's not like marching with purpose. It's not like I've seen them move towards the combat. It's almost like he's leisurely walking.
Mm-hmm.
I do know one word in Divine technically, Raziel. Could I try that?
You can certainly try it.
I'm gonna try it. Just see if anything.
No reaction.
There's any recognition at all.
No reaction at all.
Can I just, as he's approaching, just wander slightly, so I'm not too far, but get within 60 feet?
I'd say that's fair.
And just pop a divine sense?
Divine sense, as you move towards him and he keeps moving towards you, you don't even have to move the 60. You only move about 30 before he's within 60 of you. He's definitely undead.
I want to try one more thing, see if I can get any sign of recognition from it at all. I'm going to pick up my bow and violin, because Maltharian always recognized my music. I'm going to try and play my song, the one I've been writing, whatever, as much of it as I have and whatever I've been wanting to try and write, and just see if I can glean just a shred of recognition.
Okay.
Or know for sure, if not, and my brother is truly gone.
So you pick up and you start to play. You start to play this song. He doesn't stop moving. He just keeps walking toward. And again, to reiterate, as he's getting closer, he's not aiming towards any of you. If anything, he's aiming for the slight gap that's been left by Elion, because it's directly towards the gate. Like
Yeah,
you can tell at this pace, he's gonna walk right past you all, do nothing. He's just walking towards the gate.
He's gone.
I'm just gonna, if no one else wants to do anything, we'll wait till he gets to me. How tall is he compared to me? He's huge, right?
Nah, he's Maltharian and Arteranon were certainly tall. But even by Eladrin standards, they fall into like the kind of average. Maltharian was slightly shorter than Arteranon. He's probably standing at about maybe 6'2".
Okay, slightly taller than me. I'm just gonna, if he approaches within my space, I'm just gonna stop him, put a hand on his chest.
You put a hand
if
on
he
his...
stops.
Yeah, of course. You put a hand on his chest and he does stop, and the helmeted head, just turns and looks at you. But it's not a look of like, there's no tension to the body. It's like, oh, something stopped me. Oh, there's a thing there. Through the grill of this helmet, because it's like a, the way I'd describe it is almost like, because, you know, Death Knight, I'm just going to be a bit, you know, on point here. If you know the Lich King, it looks like that helmet, but instead of the Y plate reveal, it's like a face grill. So through it, you can see these necrotic tinged greenish blue eyes as they turn look, but there's no pupil. It's just that greenish blue turns and looks at you.
Friend or foe?
When the voice speaks, it's hollow. No emotion whatsoever. Not even like nonchalance. No emotion present. It says neither.
Do I have to
Are
stop
you
you?
lost?
Again, no emotion, just says you couldn't if you tried.
Do I have to try?
If you wish to join multiple others in death.
Did you succeed?
Turns and looks back the way they came, looks back at you. Those who attacked me lie unconscious, but none feel the grasp of death.
I'll just retract and let him walk past.
and the way I would describe his body language and behaviour, it's like RoboCop.
Mm-hmm.
So you take the hand off him, and the head goes back to looking directly at the gates. His body angles slightly to be straight on, and then he walks. It's very... It's as if I'm just figuring out how a body works, so I can't turn my head, angle, and walk at the same time. I have to do one at a time. That's very much what it's like, and he just walks towards the gate again.
When he passes me, I'm going to say, you spent your whole life protecting others. Protecting me. I'm so sorry. No one was there to protect you.
There is no one to say sorry to.
You should be protected too.
There is no one to say sorry to. Your emotions for who I was evidently mean much to you, but they mean nothing to me. Who I was before is dead. They are gone.
Where will you go now?
I will walk.
Even though she knows this is just a husk, she's just gonna kind of step forward and wrap her arms around him.
There is zero reaction to it. There's not even like the tension of I don't want this. It's just they are, again, the easiest way I would put it is they are at ease.
Be free.
I was always free.
Sorry, repeat that. Sorry, I didn't hear.
He says I was always free. Turns, looks towards the gates, and starts to walk. Anything else from anybody at all? Okay, then you guys can continue on into the city if you wish.
Yeah, I'm going the way he left.
You're walking the direction from which he came, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Reverie takes off in that direction.
Are you all going?
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So as you all make your way in that direction, it's about maybe 2 or 3 minutes before you start to hear the sound of groaning. Like, the sound of like people with like real headaches, like, oh. And you come to a small clearing of what was maybe at one point like a, maybe there had been a building here, but there's the destructive remnants of like, you know, bricks and foundation around here. And inside it you can see 6 people just in varying degrees of unconscious to barely conscious states. One of them being Kojata, who is like on her hands and knees, like a pool of vomit in front of her, evidently from like coming to and like upchucking. But the rest of them are either face down in the dirt, still breathing, or like holding their head. People have got like cuts on them and stuff, but all alive, just very much messed up.
Where is Logan?
Logan is not here.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna walk a couple of feet towards Koljata.
Okay.
What happened?
Kojata will kind of like, she blinks rapidly as her double vision starts to kind of like put Reverie back together and goes, We found the undead guy, and we tried to fight. Didn't go well. And she kind of looks around and a look of confusion comes on. She was like, he was trouncing us throwing us around easily. He picked and she points over to what may be potentially one of the largest automeladron you've ever seen. Easily like 6'8", like 2 of them wide, with a huge club, and just like picked up Slate there with one hand and hefted him up over his head and slammed him down on the ground. And then he gets a hold of me about 5 minutes ago. And he lifts me up and he takes that blade and he presses it against my chest, and then he just stopped. Dropped me to the ground and started walking away.
You're welcome.
She looks towards you, Ellen, like, what do you mean you're welcome?
Well, we're here.
You got Magda.
You killed him.
Again. Yeah.
Fairly.
So then the dead ones.
I'll take the pool.
We might actually have a fucking chance at surviving this.
We made it this far.
Right. Okay, we need to find out what the situation is on the other wall. And she goes to stand up, and you hear like a crack as her leg is obviously broken.
Ooh, hang on. I'm gonna play a bit of tune and cast Healing Word on her. Let's see, how many spell slots do I have? Yeah, fuck it, I'll do 4th level. She gets 13 hit points back.
Okay. Thank you very much. The leg goes back into place. Reverie, I'll give you this for free because of your history of being a healer. Despite the healing word and despite any form of healing, that leg is like, that's like a femur break. So like she's not walking anytime soon. And if she does do the stubborn automeladron thing of insisting on walking, she could potentially do permanent damage.
Yep. My hand is going on her shoulder to keep her sitting.
Okay, she looks up at you confused, like, we have things that we need to do, so you know.
And you can give orders from the ground.
That's not the kind of commander I am. I lead from the front.
And if you want to continue to lead from the front, you will give the orders from the ground.
Persuasion check.
$19.
Alrighty. She goes to argue back. And then sees your face and is like... She begrudgingly gives in. Alright, fine. I need somebody to report back what the situation is at the other gate.
I can do it.
Alright. She points to you and she goes, I'm trusting you, Summer.
You sure that's wise?
The trust is already on a shaky peg, and I'm in a very bad mood. I might not be able to stand, but I can definitely break your kneecaps from here.
Not if I walk like 3 feet away.
Hang on.
I'll go with him. How about that?
She looks at you with a big smile and is like, I'd appreciate that.
Hey, would you rather me pander to you or be myself?
Let's go before you get beat up.
I'm just saying.
Be safe, I yell, and I'm gonna give Elyon my last bardic inspiration.
Okay, so
Yes.
Elion, you also have a bardic inspiration there for use.
Cool.
So Elion and Sheila going towards the Eastern Gates. What about Reverie and Arya? What are you guys doing?
If there are any more injured, I can help with some healing. I've still got some spell slots left.
Most of those that are injured here, healing spells, well, it'll give them back hit points. They really just need like rest and like bandages and stuff like that. Healing spells, again, like I said, well, it will give them hit points back. Will kind of be wasted here.
Okay. Sheila had her bag of holding with her, so can't really ask Kuljata right now to smash the shit of those creepy things, so do we know what the situation with Logon is? Like,
Logon is safe. He's still inside the palace. He hasn't left there.
that's good then, but there's still one more person that... And she'll look to Reverie. Should we tell her?
Tell me what?
Reverie is kind of kicking apart pieces of wood to make splints and stuff and take care of people. We'll just go ahead.
There's this creepy fae fucker called the Crooked Man, who is maniacal psychopath, cuts fairies' wings, and attacked their home when they were younger, and now apparently has a grudge against Logon for some reason and is after him.
Okay, down goes one enemy, up pops 5 more.
Oh, the Death Knight walked away, so that's 2 enemies down.
Why did he do that though? I can't count that as something being down because he's still walking around.
I think maybe whatever hold Magda had on him got broken once we killed him.
So all that means to me is that there's something out there powerful enough to exist without the thing that made it.
He didn't attack us when we tried to stop him. He didn't do anything. I think he's just lost.
Kuljata's eyes will go to you on that one, Reverie, looking for confirmation of that fact.
Undead typically don't talk, have a single-minded purpose to whatever they were risen for. Whatever kind of undead he is, he thinks on his own. Magda had some kind of control over him, and that's broken. And now he is almost his own person. It's very odd. It's something I've never seen before.
I think I might know a way to get some more answers, but it'll take me 10 minutes about. I don't know for sure if it'll work. I've never tried this spell before, but...
Well... Alright. For now, he's not an issue. But if he pops back up, he will be an issue, and we will take care of it.
I know.
Right. Well, will somebody bloody help me up? I can't walk by myself, you know. And
You can't walk at all.
I've got twigs for arms anyway, so...
Here, Reverie will just pick her up, princess style.
I love the idea of Reverie, who's
buff you are.
like... Reverie's like 3.5 feet tall, right?
She's closer to 4 foot.
Kojata's like 6'6". I love that image. Okay, well, as you pick Kojata up, we're going to jump to Sheila and Elion. You guys are making your way towards the eastern gate. The eastern gate has all but fallen in. The sounds of combat is still heard outside, that devilish infernal roaring, but they've now taken, as you can see, they've now taken to abandoning the siege weapons, and they're just hurtling spells, fireballs, and meteors being summoned out of the air to crash into this gate. It's not long before it's going to fall.
I don't suppose you can do your wall thing again.
Yeah, sadly I'm out of that strong of power. But you know, it could be. I could jump down and be a T-Rex for a bit.
I think they just need to get the impression that they should fuck off.
I feel like a T-Rex does that.
Yeah.
While you guys are talking, what is both your passive perceptions?
20.
15.
20 and 15. Okay. 20 and 15. In the distance, on a 20, Sheila, you will faintly hear it. A deep war horn.
Mm-hmm.
Blasting blasting 3 times. Early on, you can't hear this, but Sheila, it's like a weird kind of rumbling bass note that blasts 3 times, that is kind of drowned out by the sound of the flames and the yelling and the shouting, which at this point where you guys are, the shouting is quite loud. Like, the combat sounds are quite loud as several Automeladron warriors have made their way down and are engaging in combat. Every now and again, as you're talking, the sound of something exploding against the gates.
Well, we should probably find whoever's in charge and notify them.
Yeah, probably should.
You're good at, like, picking men out.
In what way?
I'm sure you can find the one who's in charge.
Yeah, right. Sheila will look around for Commander.
Okay. Commander's fairly easy to notice.
Okay.
He is a fairly gruff-looking Automeladron. He's standing up on the wall where you guys are, kind of at the top of the gate, in one of the support towers. He's got archers up there firing from crossbows down, and he's just kind of pointing and gesturing to a map. This is a drawn map. It's not like the sand map that's in the main chamber in the palace. But it's easy to tell he's in charge. Everybody seems to be running towards him, then running away from him.
Right. Best behavior, Elion. Then should lead him over toward...
I like to think I am very charming.
You
can do the
guys...
talking.
You guys make your way over. He turns and looks towards you both, and you see that he is very Automeladron, but he does have like a leather kind of strap here that goes across that goes across this part of the head as well, and he's got like a leather patch over his eye, a big old ropey scar through it. He turns loose and goes, I have no idea what it is you're here to tell me, but you don't look like a scout and you don't look like an archer, so quite honestly, right now from the appearances, you're fucking useless.
Sorry, fuck off. We're the ones that just took down the force on the other gate, so calm down.
Congratulations, I'm glad that you were able to deal with some decomposed bodies, but we've got people hurtling fireballs towards us right now.
I love this guy.
And yeah, you're not doing that great. So, do you want some help or not?
And he goes to retort with that one, and then he just kind of... If you think you can do something to it, by all means, go ahead.
You told me to be on my best behaviour. Clearly this guy didn't get the memo.
He did not get me.
I didn't think I could fight. I took that personally. Referee.
Happily, I'll drop that T-Rex. Sheila just teleport. Sheila just dimensioned those 500 feet in the air, then just helldiver drop pods as a T-Rex.
A cannonballing T-Rex would be iconic.
Sheila tries to do a superhero landing as a T-Rex and forgets her arms are very small and just headbutts the ground.
But it takes out 6 people
go
because
running.
of Sheila.
Sheila, is that what? Are you wanting to go and look over and see it? Like, find a space to drop down as a T-Rex?
I think she'll turn to Elion and be like, you good? I feel like I need to prove something now.
Because there's like a whole lot, you can see from here, there's a whole ass army on the other side.
I mean, I don't think we'll get it done on our own. But I mean, like, you can get in, get out.
I was just asking whether you're coming with or not.
I'm gonna stay here in case I need to push the commander off the roof.
Good idea. Yep, Sheila going full on T-Rex mode.
Okay, Sheila, you channel the magic to turn into this T-Rex. You'll hear it louder this time. Elion, you'd also hear it. 3 deep bellows of a war horn. Coming from the east.
Sheila, I have a feeling you're gonna have backup soon.
You turn into you can turn into a T-Rex if you want to.
Yep, I think as soon as Elion says that, she's gonna turn around and be like, yeah, I heard that a couple of minutes ago. And then she's gonna jump off the wall and transform midair and fall down that gate.
Hey.
I can't fight T-Rex! Sheila's arms coming in clutch!
Now this wall is almost 80 feet tall.
Oh, fuck!
So there would usually be 8d6 of damage, but I like the idea of Sheila just daintily stepping off this wall, falling, getting about 20 feet off, and then just T-Rex. So this is not rules as written, but it's cool as fuck, so I'm going to allow it. No fall damage.
Take it.
You land as another bombardment hits into the wall, and another fireball crashes into it. Sheila, I'm not going to make you make attack rolls, okay? I'm going to roll a lump number of dice, and that's going to be what damage your T-Rex form takes from, swords, archers, bolts of fire, all that kind of jazz. I just want you to describe to me, as you land behind the small group of Autumn Eladrin fighting, I just want you to describe to me for the next 10 minutes how you proceed to wreak carnage here, okay? And I'm just going to roll a select number. Do you know what? I'm going to have your friends here determine what damage you'll be taking. Reverie, roll me a d12. Elion, roll me a d10. And Arya, roll me a d4.
Okie dokie.
Ash, what would you say Sheila's favourite colour is? See if I can roll a dice that would benefit you.
Red.
Red.
You got a 4
Okay.
on the D4.
Reverie, on the d12?
A 5.
5. So that would be closest to a 6. So we're rolling d6s. Oh, sorry, we're rolling 6. Elion.
9.
Sorry, no. That was correct. We're rolling d6s. You got 9. We're rolling 9 d6s. And Arya, what was it? You said you got a 4.
Yep, a 4 on the D4.
Okay.
96. You'll be calm.
Oh, I'm 136 HP.
Yeah, exactly. You're fine.
I'll be
I
really
also rolled it on my-
surprised if this takes you below 100.
It's fine. I have plenty of 4th level spell slots. I'll just keep doing T-Rex.
I also rolled on my bard dice too, so I love that worked out for our other bard in the party. The music of carnage. Oh no, wait, now I'm just imagining Sheila.
Here's the funny thing, right? Here's what I said. I said you'll be lucky if this takes you below 100 hit points, right? You said you've got 136?
Yeah.
35 damage! 35 damage in general over the course of 10 minutes. Sheila, paint us a picture. How does the next 10 minutes of carnage unfold on this battlefield?
I think initially she's gonna fall behind the log bottom Eladrin. And she's just gonna put her head down in between the gap in between them. And give a little growl.
Right.
Just to almost frighten them a bit. Before then just stepping over them and then immediately just using her tail and beginning to smash the front lines of the summer Eladrin. And then just proceeding to just wreak carnage, grab as many people as she can with her teeth and just throwing them to the side. And
I have to ask, Ashley, what kind of background music in your head would be playing as this is going on?
I'm so pretty, I'm so pretty, I'm pretty and witty and gay.
Everybody,
Oh,
it's like that scene in Blended where they come down the stairs and it's 3 different parts, 3 different points of view, 3 different songs. It's what you guys on the wall were saying. It's the Jurassic Park theme tune. And Sheila said, I feel pretty. Oh, so pretty.
I love Sheila so much.
As you guys are saying, watch us. Elion, is there anything you want to do in this 10-minute period?
About a minute in, I'm just gonna nudge the commander as we're stood side by side looking over. So, did you still want one of us to be an archer or a scout, or is this preferable?
He's gonna turn around and look towards you with a grin on his face and go, I owe your friend an apology, but you're still about as useless as a chocolate teapot.
See, useless is about correct. But you did technically just call me delicious. So...
Shakes his head, does and just goes back to the planning, and he's talking, right, okay, looks like we got a little bit of luck here, lads. I need everybody down on this wall and pushing forward behind the... I don't know what it's called. The giant lizard. And more Eladrin start making their way down.
It has a name, thank you very much.
Well, I don't have time for that. It's a giant lizard. Is there anything that you want to actively do, Elion, or are you just standing here giving this guy snatch?
I'm giving him shit at every opportunity.
Giving him shit at every opportunity. Do you know what? Just for the shits and giggles, make me a charisma check, please. Not a saving throw, a check.
Yeah.
I feel like it's passive bardic inspiration in Elion's own way because he's actually complimenting Sheila.
You do have good inspiration, but it definitely feels like passing.
How much is the inspiration? Is it D8?
I believe it's a D10 now since I leveled up.
I was about to say, I think it's a D10 at this level.
With the inspiration, it would be a 24.
With the inspiration, we've got a 24. Every bit of snash you're giving him is just fueling the fire. He is not a happy chappy. It's audibly growling and grunting at your presence. This goes on for about 10 minutes of Sheila wrecking absolute. Sheila damn near turns the tide of this side of the battle. Before Sheila, you would feel the ground starting to tremor. And from behind, you can see a dust cloud coming towards your position here. And Sheila, even in your T-Rex state, you can recognise the colour of spring armour and antlers from the wild harts that they ride. And it's like that, it's not in any way such as a grandiose scale, but that sound of hooves hitting and running over people. Very like the sound of the Rohirrim crashing into the orcs on the Battle of Pelennor. That sound of like the dull thudding as the front line of these hearts lower their heads and start sweeping with these antlers. As the reinforcements come in, and the sound of that cavalry trampling over the enemies fighting here. It very quickly, again within another 10 minutes, becomes a slaughter. As Spring's forces, with a massive advantage with not being detected until the last moment, trample into them. Their forces split, turning both ways, at which point, Sheila, given your massive push forwards, these Automeladron break from their formation and charge forwards, forming less of like a phalanx and more of a wall, and just running. Within 10 minutes, Summer Eladrin are hopping through portals, running for their lives. And the assault on the eastern side. Elion, do you want to join in at this point, or are you just watching this happen?
I will take a moment to look over imminent victory. And there's a couple steps so I get into a spot on my own. I don't know if you can hear me anymore, big man. But loss must sting. See you soon.
Elion, pick a number between 1 and 20.
Oh, fuck.
It's me, 20.
There's no reaction. Nothing happens. And you stand and watch the collective forces of Autumn, Spring, and I feel like I need to single it out as a force of its own, Sheila, stamp these Summer Eladrin into the dirt. Sheila, how long does your polymorph last?
Great question. Up to an hour.
Up to an hour. Elion, Sheila, over the course of the next hour, stragglers are ran down or they escape. Sheila, you are instrumental. Autumn Eladrin are kind of like doing what they're best to guide you towards siege weapons and be like, yeah, break! Would you take that prompting to walk over to giant trebuchets and ballistas and smash them apart?
Yes, because my intelligence is nothing right now.
You walk over through varying degrees of stamping on, biting, or in fact in one moment, grabbing a hold of one of the trebuchets and just flipping it into another one. You wreck the siege lines. You probably chomp up and maybe in fact swallow a few of these Sun's First cultists. And while that's going on, the Autumn Eladrin scramble around putting out the flames. It's a long bit of work. Eventually Spring comes and they help join in. And eventually, everything is calm again. But there's a lot to still be done. Reverie and Arya, within this hour, a scout would come and tell you that spring has come from behind, and that the sun's firsts have been routed.
I told you spring always comes for its friends! Yes!
They offer to take you towards the wall.
Yeah, let's go meet our friends.
I will carrying Koljata the whole way. Princess style.
As I'm
So
doing that,
the entire time this has been happening, for almost a solid half hour they've been fighting, you've just been holding Kojata.
Yep.
Like, no, you don't. I don't have to put her down. You can tend to her wounds where I'm holding her.
I'm the doctor. Yes. She wants to boss people around. She could do that. But she can't walk. So
these are my wounds. These are my wounds. Get your own wounds.
I will be her legs.
As you carry her, and as you're led there through the streets, the fires have been put out, but the damage is there, incredibly visible. As you get closer to the eastern wall, you start to see the bodies of Autumn Eladrin who died defending their homes, and even some civilians who refused to leave and go into escape. You see buildings that have collapsed, and people have been, trying to get people out and just haven't been quick enough. You see very much the effects of, despite the fact this is a victory, the siege had costs. And when you get to the wall and the gates are opened, you can see Autumn Eladrin soldiers pulling their wounded comrades back inside. You can see some Autumn Eladrin who maybe quite weren't as lucky being carried in by Autumn and Spring Eladrin alike. And very few, because of the nature of their attack, you can see some Spring Eladrin being, set aside so they can be taken back to Spring and put to rest there. Again, to reiterate, it's a victory. But in war, even victories have costs.
When I see the dead bodies, Arya is going to pick up her violin and play. Grief and death is still fairly new to her, but she's had a taste of it now, so she plays a tune that kind of carries that sorrow, but also, I guess the best way I can describe it is an appreciation for life, a memoriam. It's like, they are gone, but their stories still live on in us, and that is worth celebrating. Their lives are worth celebrating. And it's going to have undertones of both autumn and spring kind of style music, and she plays from her heart and also kind of gives a silent prayer to her great-grandmother Astrael to watch over their spirits, that they're flying in joyous freedom now wherever they are, as she plays her song, which is going to sound like kind of like a slower, more instrumental version of Welcome to the Black Parade, particularly the part with We'll Carry On.
Okay. Reverie, your reaction to seeing the bodies?
I'm gonna try something new.
Okay.
I'm holding Koljata. I look over the destruction, the bodies. And I kind of close my eyes. I remember the sound of knowing that the Raven Queen is near. I haven't heard it this whole time. So I close my eyes and I invoke the Raven Queen.
Okay.
Go. If you can hear me, my dear friend, help me let the dead rest and stay at rest. And I'm going to try and do a divine intervention to gentle repose all of the bodies in the city.
Okay, divine intervention.
So, let's see how this goes, guys.
Roll me that D100. You're looking to get less than 10
I know, I'm so stressed.
out of a D100 roll. So on the 10s, 00 means 0 unless you get all zeros, in which case it means 100.
I got 10. I just made it.
10s a meets it, beats it. You put out this call. And it's very gentle, very, very soft. You don't hear the sound of wings fluttering, but you hear the sound of wings opening. And only visible to you, Reverie, above the entirety of Russet Falls, colossal in size, you see the Raven Queen. And she has spread her wings and is almost using them as like a canopy over the entire area of Russet Falls and its outskirts. And Reverie, visible to you, the souls of everyone that passed here, you see them stand and just start to rise into the sky, into the Raven Queen's embrace. The porcelain face with no emotion present turns and looks at you and just gives a nod. Once she nods, she starts to fade. And again you hear the sound of wings fluttering, knowing that these souls have been taken on to the next place. Elion, do you come down from the wall?
Oh.
Okay. You come down from the wall when you're able to join Reverie and Arya, and Sheila, eventually your polymorph is going to wear off. After that hour, you come back to your kind of normal size. Are you still outside the wall, or would... Well, I mean, your intelligence of a T-Rex should probably still be outside the wall. So in that case, make me a perception check.
Oh no. Oh, okay. That is a 25.
25. You can see a group of spring soldiers gathering up, like, hearts that have, kind of wandered away from the combat, and a group of them talking to very noticeably resplendent armour, very kingly armour, with the helmet with the large antlers attached to it. This one's like a full plate helmet with almost like the triangle shaped mouth guard dome plate. It's just like the bar here that's open. And you can see him ordering people, pointing in places and sending riders off and such like that. Can you make me, please, an investigation check?
That is only a 10.
On a 10, yeah, you just see them giving orders, talking to people, and then they start marching off towards the gate.
And I run after, knowing that Kernan was like his bodyguard, just assuming he would be nearby.
You can, yeah. You can run after him.
I think she'd just run up and be like, Your Highness, just thank you for coming. That was very kind of you.
They say nothing, they just nod.
Would you have happened to see Kernan? I know he's obviously serving you. He's a friend, so just wanted to make sure he was safe.
Shrug. Reverie, Arya, Ellen. At this point, as you guys have walked and you've stopped them, you're at the standing in where the gate would close. You guys can now see Sheila talking to the King of... Should have came up with a different title. The King of Spring. You can see Sheila talking to the King of Spring. Do you guys wish to do anything with that?
Yeah, I'm gonna approach and thank him. They came and helped us.
Okay, so Arya approaches as well to give thanks. Reverie?
Yep.
Okay.
Still cold Jada in my arms.
Still cold Jata in your arms. Elion.
I'm gonna help Autumn tend to the wounded
Okay.
and to stay back a bit.
Alright, so you don't approach, but I would like you to give me an investigation check. For you, I'm going to give you advantage.
Because I am dumb.
Not because you're dumb.
No, I need advantage because I'm dumb.
Alright.
19.
On a 19, as you watch them walk towards and you're like, I'm just going to help people, you see something that's a bit telltale. The armour this person is wearing is not made for them. It's too small.
Okay. When you say too small, as in like it doesn't fit and they've shoved it on,
As
or
in,
like
so you can see like the plate, the plate, chest plate, the pauldrons, the gauntlets, and the boots and the greaves. They are all. I mean, doesn't really matter. They are all kind of like they'll fit anybody you put them on, unless you're too small, at which point they'll just hang over, or unless you're grossly too large for them. But the chain shirt underneath, that's not part of this armor set. That's something from someone else's armor that's been put on because the other one that was made for whoever this armor's made for didn't fit them. Somebody's put on their own under armor and then put the king's plate armor on top of their stuff. You can tell through that, not through any kind of knowledge of what the King of Spring looks like, but that's not the king wearing that armor.
I'm just gonna let him deal with that.
Okay. So
Have a little chuckle.
you give no information about that. Okay. Reverie, Arya, Sheila, as you guys are talking, the king has not said a word. Anytime you ask him questions, it's shrug, point, shake head, or nod. And when you bring Kojata over, she's like, Your Grace, thank you so much for your timely intervention. And they look towards Kojata and just...
Wait, thumbs up. Well, I always know spring comes through for its friends, but with all due respect, most spring folk I know, even royalty, aren't so quiet.
Points towards his head and then does like...
Sheila's going to subtly point her finger, hand still down at her side, but point her finger towards the armor and cast message.
Mm-hmm.
So without anyone else knowing what's happening, she's going to go, Kernan?
Can they answer back with message, or is it just they get the message?
They can answer back.
They can answer back.
They can reply, yep.
They can reply.
They can
Okay.
reply.
They will reply, and they just say shh. Even though this is completely in your minds and nobody can hear it, they tell you to shush. Sheila, you can confirm this is Kernan wearing the king's armor. He pulled a Patrocles.
Well, I think the king is very tired. He obviously managed to bring up his army in a very short amount of time. I think he needs some rest, and we can all culminate together in a couple hours.
Alright, just, thank you. And, she's gonna, Arya has no clue yet still that this is Kieran or not, but either way, she's gonna, tiptoe, go up on her tiptoes and kind of cup her hands and be like, don't tell any other seasons, but this is why spring's my favorite.
As you do that, they'll... And then just pat your head. Reverie? Anything?
Out of curiosity, just curious. My passive insight is a 20, so am I capable of figuring this out?
I will certainly roll a performance check and see how he does.
You said his clothes were different. Could I use my weaver's tools to see if any kind of his fabric? Because I do have some of this fabric from my skirt. I would recognize.
But it's his under armor. It's not his clothing.
Oh.
It's his under armor. And
Darn it.
as much as your weaving tools, so you can certainly use them for that kind of thing in future, but I don't think Arya knows enough about the battle garments that would be under armour, because you would just see faint traces of it. Like, Kiernan has worn... For the longest time you've known him, Kiernan has wore half plate, but half plate still covers up a good bit of the undergarments. If anything, there is less to see here than you would usually see with Kiernan. So what I want you to do, Arya, is to keep that in mindset, though, for things like that, because that's a good use of your weaver's tools. Unfortunately, just in this instance, it won't work.
Fair enough, just had to ask.
No, it's a great question to ask. Asking is always better than not asking. Let me just find Kiernan. Kiernan, there you are. Right, let's roll a performance check. Okay.
Give me head pats.
That's exactly what... Oh, okay.
Damn, this new king real friendly.
So I rolled the first one, and I was like, I have to be fair. He's behaved pretty strangely, and the head pats is probably something that would give him away to a high enough insight check. So, Reverie, with your passive insight, Arya, what's your passive insight?
Passive insight? 15.
Okay, so your passive insight's still not going to pick up on it, but he did only score a 17 on his performance check with disadvantage. So Reverie,
Fair.
The head pat is what is definitely familiar.
Yup. Yup. I will. I think it will. Like, Reverie's eyes will narrow, but she'll kind of incline her head. So she doesn't give it away.
Okay. And, he will point towards just, like, like a random group of, like, spring Eladrin and be like... And just start marching off towards them.
He's really nice. I'm glad that Spring has a good, nice king. They deserve it.
Sheila's gonna cast message as he leaves. Again, just one more time. Be like, I love you.
I'm gonna have to roll a performance check on that one. You make the maneuvers for casting message and you send that. And you guys all watch as the king stops dead in his tracks, turns back to... Nat 1 on the performance check, by the way, guys. Turns back, and through this muffled, like, helmet into her, just goes... You what? But this is both mental and audible.
We know his voice by now, right?
I'd say it's a nat 1 in the performance check. I mean, like, he doesn't have proficiency. He's got high charisma, but that's a total of 6. So yeah, you can tell at that point. At this point, he's going to start, and this is one of the things I was asking for people for investigation checks high enough. He starts to wrench at the helmet, and he's like, it's too small for his head. And it eventually pulls off, and there's gaps in the helmet here for his antlers, and he pulls it off, and you guys can see it's Kiernan's head, and he's like, of all the bloody times to tell me, now. And he's just going to march right towards you, Sheila, and grab you and kiss you. But the moment he does that, all the spring soldiers are looking at him like, and they all suddenly look very worried.
Nothing to see here. Give them their privacy.
I'm just turning to a random autumn guy that I'm stood next to, and nudge and be like, "You said that new Spring King? He's really forward."
I think that's good there. With a declaration of love a moment of very, very rare public affection. And two enemies defeated. I think that's a good place to wrap for today's session. Thank you very much to everybody that came to see us. Thank you very much to my players for their amazing performance today. Excellent job. Excellent job. Not yet. Not yet. If you like,
I don't like.
What do you mean?
I was considering a level up, but then I decided not yet. If you like what you've seen here today, folks, please do go and consider seeing our other shows. We don't have any show on tomorrow, but Wednesday we have To the Skies, and they just got TPK'd by a fart.
Nice.
Note to self: when you're inside a gigantic creature and you follow someone to the beginning of the colon, don't use fire spells.
Oh.
Also, a World Tree Quest record was broken. The new highest single dealt damage in any game on World Tree Quest is now 1,618 damage.
Damn.
That's what happens when you have to roll 40 d12, and also the creature's vulnerable, and also it rolls a nat 1 on the saving throw. So 809 damage dealt, but with vulnerability 1,618 damage. So yeah, do come and check us out for that. That's at 6 PM CST, and we've got plenty of other games as well. If you want to see all the details for that, go and check out our social medias. On everything, we are at World Tree Quests. Our lovely Reverie here has also been compiling some clips, so you'll start to see them pop up on TikTok as well very soon, because Reverie's been doing some blinding work on that from what I hear, and I'm so excited to see them. But on that note, that's everything for us. For me personally, I am Son of Asgard on TikTok. For any of my UK folk, if you're going to be at Birmingham for the UK Games Expo, I'll be around. Come say hi. I'm probably going to dress up on both days. On all 3 days, sorry. If I can get something together, hey, I might play an NPC from each one of the campaigns. Maybe. I've got an axe there. Could I do Kiernan? I could do Kiernan. I'd have to crimp my hair, but I could do Kiernan. Yeah, fuck
Do
it.
Kiernan!
Do it!
But yeah, on the 3 days, I'll cosplay an NPC from the campaigns. Come and say hi if you're around. That's everything from me. I'm going to pass over now to my lovely cast. If you find any of my other social medias, know you did it. My mother's an Irish Catholic, and she will beat me to death with random pieces of root vegetables. Liz, anything that you would like to plug it up? I'm going to turn my volume down.
Okay, now that it is safe, hello, my name is Patron of Chaos, and you can check me out on all social medias as Patron of Chaos, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, all the works. But if you like my face, this is really the only place you can see it besides my old TikTok videos. If you like hearing my voice, and in particular, you like hearing my voice doing a sweet southern accent, you can check me out as Miss Cassia Devereaux over on any podcasting platform, Spotify, Apple, podcasts, I believe Audible podcasts, anywhere you get your regular podcasts. All you have to do is go on your sweet old podcasting platform and type in Dice to Tables Podcast, and you will find me and for other wonderful people. Every new season is a new tabletop game that we will walk you through and probably play it wrong.
Is it safe? Thank you. Go and follow Liz at all those wonderful things that they do. Harry, anything for you?
Other than the fact that romance is for the non-hardcore gamers, and we should stick to beating stuff up, getting loot, and busty tavern wenches.
That is of the male bust persuasion as well, because pecs are also hot.
Hey, whatever floats the boat, just none of this mushy emotion crap.
Yeah,
We've got
none
to
of
stick
the romance.
to the plot. Just kill things.
We can make room for mushies.
Fantastic. So anything that you want to plug other than that, Harry? No?
No.
Alright, fantastic. I would say go and follow Harry, but as we're all aware, he's the ancestor of Scam.
Don't actually follow me,
He's
please.
just-
That would be
he's-
really weird.
Yeah.
He's just an AI that we've programmed for the show.
Considering the fact he's not on social media, if you follow him, it's technically a criminal offence. Ash, anything you'd like to plug at all?
No, if you want to find me on social media, you can find me at Ash Hard Music on most social media platforms. However, if you want to see me stream some D&D, you can only do that exclusively here. If you want to see me in person, I will be at TwitchCon this year in Rotterdam, so come say hi.
Do it. And last and most certainly not least, Khadija, anything that you would like to plug at all?
Hello, if you want to find me playing D&D anywhere else, you can't. I'm exclusively here at this campaign. However, if you want to see me do other stuff, you can find me at Khadija Al Kubra, pretty much any other social media platform, mainly Instagram, Twitter, Archive of Our Own. If you like fan fiction, I write it. And especially on TikTok, where I'm best known as the Book Dragon of the Bookworm Archive. If you like wholesome fantasy D&D tavern core content, as well as having really good book recommendations shoved down your throat, I'm the gal you go to, and hopefully I will be able to make more time to post videos again soon, so keep an eye out for that.
Definitely do go and check that out. But if that's everything from my players, then that's also everything from me. I have been your DM of Doom, Son of Asgard, or World Tree Quest here on Twitch. And with me today we've had my lovely cast. We have had Patron of Chaos, we've had Khadija Al Kubra, we've had Ash Howard Music, and we've had Just Harry. From all of us here at World Tree Quests, good night, stay safe. Necromancers are really cool, but liches are a real problem. You should always kill them on sight. Also, don't pull a finny. Good night, folks. Good night.